Hi, everybody. I'm Dawn. I'm your astrologer, and I'm here to talk to you about the Taurus New Moon, which occurs on May the 11th at 21 degrees of Taurus. Anytime we have a new moon, it's a new intention setting time. It marks a new lunar cycle. And so this is a time where the sun and the moon are congruent at 21 degrees in the fixed earth sign of Taurus. This is a very optimistic, practical, grounded energy. However, it's very creative, and we have the ability to really think outside of the box because we have Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, the rebel maverick, transiting the sign of Taurus. So that practicality now takes on a bit of an unusual flair, and we can really embody that on the physical. So Taurus rules the second sign of values, ruled by Venus, what I value, especially in terms of love and money. We will be able to set our intentions for the future in terms of what we want to build financially, in our business endeavors, and also in our relationships. And so a lot of life's pleasures are readily experienced in this energy. There are no negative aspects. In fact, the new moon at 21 degrees is in a harmonious sextile to Neptune at 22 degrees of Pisces. This is a highly spiritually charged energy that allows divine inspiration and creativity to flow in. It's a very tight orb, less than 1 degrees of separation. And so anytime these planets connect like this, we are receiving spiritual support, especially when it's coming from Neptune, the ruler of that 12th house, that divine inspiration, that higher vibration. This is a time when our empathy, our empathetic nature is heightened, and also our intuition, because Venus also rules all of our senses. And so all of our senses are heightened during this time. So we can really tap in and tune in and trust our bodies and what we're sensing during this energy. So it's an excellent time to set those intentions based on that higher mind of divine inspiration. Also, 2 weeks ago, we had a full moon in Scorpio, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. When we had the full moon in Scorpio, it was deeply intense, and it was a time of culmination where we really released some things that on a soul level no longer served us. And now that we have evaluated that and that has been brought to light, now we can move on free from that soul attachment, that shadow aspect to the past, and really move forward with some clear energy. And during this new moon, the earth sign of Taurus is trining Pluto in the earth sign of Capricorn, creating an earth trine. This trine is a harmonious spiritual flow of grounded embodiment of the practical, of the earth signs, of the deep transformation. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So now that that energy has been cleared, and here we are in the new moon in Taurus on the opposite end of the axis, the Scorpio-Taurus axis, now our soul is prepared to move forward with some new intentions into a new future. And so this harmonious aspect to Pluto in this earth trine can really help us to embody our personal power, have some personal breakthroughs on a deeply soul level, and set those into action, those intentions of our personal power and how we want to grow in the future into action now. And so the earth trine is happening with Pluto in retrograde, because Pluto retrograded the day after the Scorpio full moon on the 27th. And so now it's retrograding back through Capricorn, all of that old energy, that old programming, really allowing us to continue through this transformation process on a deeply personal level for our soul's growth. And so Venus, the ruler of Taurus, has now moved into the air sign of Gemini. In the sign of Gemini, we also have Mercury, our messenger planet, conjunct the north node of destiny. Mercury's at 12 degrees, the north node's at 10 degrees. And so with Venus hanging out close by in this air sign, this is our heart and our minds really able to wrap our brains around what we consider abundance. The second house ruled by Venus, the second house ruled by Taurus, is often referred to as the love and money house. And yes, it is about romance and resources, but when you're looking at it from a Taurus point of view, it's really more about how do we feel abundant? How do we feel secure? How do we feel supported in what we have? And if there are any areas that present themselves now, we can set the intentions and the action into motion to create structures that make us feel abundant, that create abundance flowing in the future, according to, our creativity, our divine spark. And Saturn is at 13 degrees of Aquarius, and during this new moon, Mercury conjunct the north node of destiny will be in a harmonious air trine to Saturn in Aquarius. So any intentions that we put forward now, whether it has to do with business, creating income, raising the intensity of our relationships, putting them more on solid ground, with this connection to Saturn and Aquarius, Aquarius being the future energy that we're moving into, Saturn is Lord of Karma, Father Time. It is our structure and support for the long haul. So this is a very supportive opportunity, a platform for us to grow those business endeavors, those money-making ventures, those relationship issues that need to be built to a higher level, solid ground, really. Maybe some of us during this time will be taking our relationships to a more serious level. It is a practical energy, but with it connected to Saturn here, this is really about responsible action of growth. Now, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, where Saturn is, Uranus, the rebel planet, the maverick of change, is currently transiting through Taurus. So this allows that normal fixed earth sign to be a little bit more open-minded, to really embrace some new ways of doing things, to embrace some new technology, some new ideas, and really set the intentions to put those in action. And Mars, our action planet, has now moved into Cancer, ruled by the moon, the divine mother, the nurturer. So Mars at 11 degrees of Cancer is in an exact sextile to Uranus at 11 degrees of Taurus during this new moon. And this really allows our thinking to step into the higher mind, to see outside of the box, to loosen up that kind of rigid practicality of the Taurian persona and step into a more radical approach, to embrace some new ideas. Mars allows us to move through the fear of trying new things, especially things attached to innovations and new technology. And even, with Uranus being that higher spiritual mind and Mercury representing the lower human mind, this allows us now to act on our higher mind, our higher thoughts that operate above the human ego. And with this connection to Uranus and Taurus, those ideas really can play out in a very tangible proof of the work that we put in under this influence. This is a lovely time to put action into future ideas, try something new, explore something that's kind of radical, and know that it's something that we're going to commit to for the long haul. It's going to support us for the long haul and really move through that fear of doing things differently. We are being divinely supported by all of these planets during this. So bold innovations and moving through the fear of rapidly changing technology. This is kind of a move a muscle, change a thought kind of energy. And then, when we're talking about Aquarius with Saturn there, Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, the great benefic, the higher heart. So we have both benefics and air signs. We have Venus, the lower benefic, the human heart, in Gemini, and then the greater benefic, Jupiter, in Aquarius. And so this is really wrapping our intellectual ideas around how we can create them in a physical manifestation, how we can put the action forth into creating something brand new, different, and innovative that's going to offer some lasting support and structure. A time to move through the fear and step into that. And so the day after, actually 2 days after, the new moon's on the 11th, and then on the 13th, Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance and expansion, will be moving into the sign of Pisces, leaving Saturn for a little bit in Aquarius. But it's just a prelude, it's just a preview, because Jupiter will be retrograding back through Aquarius. But this gives us a time shortly after this new moon for that higher heart, that higher mind, that expansion of the future, based on Jupiter and Pisces, that divine inspiration of creativity to really pour in. And so this is very optimistic energy. This means that we have the opportunity to really grow something profitable here and beneficial and create some abundance really for the long term in that Aquarian energy. And so Jupiter's given us a little bit of a sneak preview of how it's going to be when Jupiter moves into Pisces in December of 2021, after retrograding back into Aquarius, and really expanding that connection with the divine intelligence, the cosmos, the divine source of love, and our higher spiritual selves. And so with these aspects to Saturn and Jupiter, we employ that Taurus practicality. We really want to expand and grow in innovative ways, but creating practical solutions to put the action in. Taurus is very good at coming up with solutions to solve problems. And so this is a time where those energies are highlighted and abundantly available to us. So I just wanted to take some time to express to you how beneficial this time is to set our new plans into motion and really put that energy out there, so that when that full moon in Sagittarius happens on that lunar eclipse 2 weeks from now, that energy plays out for much longer. And so we're being given this divine opportunity of setting that growth, of planting those seeds, so that we can create something that will be very lasting. And so I hope that this has been beneficial. I hope this has encouraged you